G'day guys, my name is Trent, aka LaxLime, bringing you a Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against Draco, who's a really nice guy. He's actually bred me a few Pokemon, which is really helpful. But today I'm actually bringing you a little bit of a different team. I really want to try out these terrains. You've got Misty Terrain, Electric Terrain, and I think it's Grassy Terrain. I haven't really seen them used at all, so I thought I'm going to try to make them work. Now, we have an electric terrain team. If you do not know what electric terrain does, it actually increases the power of electric moves by 50%. Also increases the chance of paralysis from like a Thunderbolt, Thundershock, and all of those sort of moves. It also stops Pokemon from falling asleep. Unfortunately, in the lower tiers, there's not many Pokemon that can learn it. I think it's only Luxray, the Pikachu cosplay, as well as the Marpeet learns it by breeding, so the middle form of Fluffy, I believe it is. So it's a little bit difficult to sort of work out. Looking at my team, I have realized that there is a little bit of a problem. It's very weak to rocks, like very weak to rocks. However, it doesn't really matter because it still turned out to be an okay battle. His team is fat, so fat, and it's going to be really hard to break through because I don't really have too many heavy hitters. But you know what? Let's see how we go, and there's a little bit of a surprise about how I use this team. I actually decided to lead off with my sick-looking Furfrou. It's got U-turn, so I can actually bust out of there if I don't really like the matchup. He does end up leading off with his Kecleon. Look how cool this Furfrou looks. It's with his... It is a shiny version, and I can't remember the trim, but it looks pretty cool. I do get the crit there, which is super helpful because chameleons are so fat, and I end up going into Frills. I basically thought Frills was my better option. I just want to start getting as much damage on this thing as possible. He does go for the knockoff, knocking off my Choice Band. However, I didn't really mind too much because at least I can switch up moves now. He ends up switching out into his Hot Buns. Hot Buns is going to be a problem throughout this battle with that Intimidate. He's also bulky as hell. I'd actually just go for the safe... Well, I went for the X's there. I'm not sure if it was a good play, but I didn't know what I was going to predict. The Rocky Helmet does come through, and now I'm not in a very good zone. I know this thing is defensive, so I was like, you know, I'm going to go out to Articuno. Articuno is actually... sets up the rain, and I'm just trying to hope to get as much damage off with some hurricanes. So I'm actually running a Rain Dance electric terrain team. I've got Thunder on the Pikachu cosplay, so I'm hoping just to start thundering the hell out of everything. However, he does go for the paralysis, which is like, that really made a big difference because now Articuno can't start sweeping. He's too slow. So that really sucks. And you know what? That's not even enough to kill him. He does get the confusion and will end up switching out. So Articuno is going to go down on the next turn. He does go into Cryogonal, and Cryogonal is just going to eat this Hurricane up for breakfast. He's just like, wom. He doesn't even care. He's just flying away, whatever. But the Life Orb does take him out, so I'm in a little bit of a not so good situation because Articuno was my heavy sort of sweeper. I do decide to actually go back into Furfrou here because for the Retaliate, I know these things are paper thin, so paper thin when it comes to defense, but he does switch out into the Devil itself. I'm forgetting its name. What is its name? Because I always call it Devil. Ordino. So that Retaliate does absolutely nothing, and I am locked into that move. But he carries the red card on his Ordino, which is sort of an interesting move, or play. But that's cool. That's cool. He does go for the Protect, just probably getting back leftovers, but it was a perfect opportunity for me to set up my electric terrain. So now that is up, I'm pretty confident that I can just start, you know, hitting everything. So I do go for the Volt Switch because I didn't want to stay in. I guess because I knew that the rain was actually going to run out. So I only have Thunder and Volt Switch on it as an electric move. So I didn't want to really risk the misses. So I decided to go into Murkrow and just start setting up the rain again, if that makes sense. Yeah, Yeah, so he does go back into the Emerald. Emerald was such a bother in this battle. He is just super annoying. Unfortunately, Electric Terrain only lasts for 5 turns, so I have to sort of play around it a lot. And it's sort of, I found it really difficult because this is the first battle I actually tried to do with it. I'm pretty much gonna just sack off the frills here because I didn't want to take unnecessary damage on the Pikachu, and he actually shows me the Rock Slide, which I'm pretty disappointed about because my team, as I said, is just so weak to rocks. Knowing that, I wanted to keep Pikachu around for later, so I decided to actually go and Bear Tick, and just start, hammering absolutely everything on his team. The Icicle Crash does come through, and I was so nervous it was going to miss. But it does hit and take him down to a decent amount. The only problem is he's got that stupid Devil Pokemon that's going to set up Wishes and Wish Pass this all the way through here. Now, he does switch into his Granbull just to sack it off. I do have Swift Swim on this guy, of course I do, because I'm running Rain Dance team, but I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I went for the Aqua Jet. I'm not sure. It was a bit of a silly play. I should have just went straight for the Icicle Crash. I think at the time I was completely freaking out that I was going to miss an Icicle Crash. So I made that play. Now, the Luxray is a problem for this, because with the Electric Terrain, this Luxray is going to be such an issue. It is going to hurt so much if he hits me with an Electric Terrain up. So I've got to be really careful about that. Icicle Crash does come through it again, and I'm just keeping Bear Tick in just to get as much damage off on everything I can. I go for the superpower here as well, and look at that. I nearly cried when I saw that happen. Oh man, it was sucked so much. I actually decided to switch out Bear Tick on this turn because I was thinking, you know what, I might keep him around for the Aqua Jet later, just in case I need to, hit it at that range of HP. I was predicting the switch out, so I said I'm going to go into Murkrow. It's coming up to that 8-turn limit, so I'm just going to hit the Rain Dance again. Now, I was really surprised about one of the moves also on this mouse stick. I did not expect this. I thought I'd be able to take at least one hit from this guy and retaliate with a, I think it's Dark Pulse, but no, he has Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt completely annihilates Murkrow, as you can imagine. I do decide to go out into the Fur Throw here. I was gonna go for the Retaliate, but I decided to actually go for the U-Turn, because U-Turn will probably do a little bit more. It does take him down to half, which I'm pretty happy about, because I'm fairly confident that I can bring out my Pikachu now and actually start going for some Thunders. I didn't actually predict the Thunderbolt then, but it worked very much in my favor. I'm sort of a little bit nervous at this time to set up the Electric Terrain because of the Luxray in the back, so I decided actually to start thundering everything just because I've got that Rain Dance up, and I may as well go try. I know Cryogonal is super special defensive, so I was actually pretty impressed by how much that Thunder did, because Pikachu doesn't really have much special attack. As I said, there's a better way of running this strategy. It's just that I haven't got around to sort of figuring it around. I sort of threw this team together to try to, try to see how it goes. And you know what? It's all about fun. I just wanted to try something differently, basically, and showcase it to you guys so you can sort of run with it and go, oh, that's a cool idea. Let's see if I can make it better. And you probably guys will make it better, because that's very poor. I have been working on a better team that runs it, and it's a little bit better. Like I've been trying to ladder it on Showdown to see how it goes, but it's doing okay, but still has its flaws. But I do go for the Thunder then, and that's still a crit, but I'm happy with the amount of damage that actually does. I do decide to switch out here and go into Thurthal. I don't know. I've got to nickname this thing. Like, it definitely needs a nickname. It's just so majestic. The Crunch does come through, and it does absolutely nothing because of that fur coat. It's unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do much to this. He must be running a bit of a bulky Luxray. I do get the defense drop on both turns here, so that sucks, because that really just whittles down the fur throat, and I really need this guy around because he's scarfed, and he's sort of my best bet to pull off a little bit of a win here. Now, the devil itself comes back out, and it's just going to start wish passing. I know this frustration isn't going to do too much. It does put it in a good range. I do get a crit. Unfortunately, not enough to actually kill this thing. He decides to actually switch it out and leave it in, obviously because he wants to do the wish passing things again. So the mouse stick comes in and as fodder. So there, that's pathetic. I can't believe that doesn't even kill. I might have actually stuffed up this. What's it called? The Furfrau, because like that frustration should be doing more, I think. But I'm not sure if I grabbed the one that wasn't trained, or I have like fixed up the happiness, so I've got to look into that. So, but yeah, I'll get there anyway. I'm in a pretty good position now to actually set up an electric terrain because like old Dino's just going to go for wishes. So my really opportunity now is to set up those electric terrains and just start thundering everything. So that is my plan. This would be thinking about it. LaxLime would be a really good Pokemon to actually use in this electric terrain team, because I think it could actually put in a lot of work. I do go for the Volt Switch because I know that he carries the Rock Slide, and I don't really want to stick around to take it. So I go into Beartic, hoping just to get as death fodder, basically. And then what I'm going to do is go back into Furfrau because it does have Wild Charge. So that Wild Charge is going to do quite a bit of damage to whatever's on the field. Unfortunately, you know, it doesn't do enough, but the Emerald just gave me so much trouble. It still does quite a bit, and I'm happy with the amount of damage, but this Drain Punch will take me out, and it's pretty much GG at this point. I do hope you guys did enjoy this battle. As I said, this is just a battle to showcase an idea that I've been thinking of doing. I think it could run really well if you get the right Pokemon to work together, and it's a bit shut down by matchups at times. But you know, it was really fun to try it out. He does break through his Parahacks here and take me out with the Drain Punch, which does end the game, as I said. But I actually had a lot of fun playing with the Pikachu as well. It was a very interesting sort of. It was cool, the cosplay Pikachu. Just to showcase that as well. It was super cool. But you know, guys, thank you for watching so much. If you did like this battle, please let me know. Also, if you have a good idea for a team in this way, you can always let me know, and you know, I'll see if I can try to put it together and get it to work. As I said, if you do want to have a chance of battling me, do let me know, either by Twitter or down below. My Twitter will be in the description below. That's probably the easiest place to actually get a battle. As well, I believe that is everything. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.